Mara and WULF reported their earnings yesterday. The core CPI report came out this morning. Bitcoin knocking on the door of $90,000. In fact, it's surpassed it right now this morning. DOGE doing some amazing moves, going far beyond my expectations for the meme coin here in the last few days. Let's talk about all this stuff. Well, first of all, I was out yesterday. I didn't make a video yesterday. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with some issues with my home and with my car now, all at once. It's always all at once, isn't it? So yesterday I was unable to get around to making a video, so we're going to try to play a little bit of catch up today. So yesterday, Mara had its earnings come out. All right, they had a they missed on their earnings. All right, they missed on their earnings per share, and they missed on their revenue. All right, great. Big thing. All right. Even with bad earnings, it's going to be just a bump in the road. And look, we're up today. So we were down in after hours a little bit, and today we are up again. Mara is flagging here. We get a closure above this blue line right here, which is currently at about 25.71. We get a closure above that. We're opening ourselves up to 27 pretty easily. Above 27, we are likely to hit $30 on Mara. What could stop us? What's in the way here? Let's take a look here. So I turn on all my EMAs and stuff. Let me turn off some drawings so we can see this a little better. It's going to take a second to load. Come on, load. There we go. So we're above the top ATR band. We will likely need to come back down to test this at 23.37, which is also where the 5-day moving average is. If we lose the 5-day moving average, the exponential moving average, mind you, the 5-day exponential EMA, this green line, we lose that, we're coming back to the 21. The 21 is going to catch us around $20. So downside potential is about $5. Upside potential is about $450 right now. $450 to the moon, basically. So downside $5 is where we're likely to find support, which is going to be all this back here. Let me turn this off for a second. All of this back here is going to be our support if we were to fall right now, which is going to start around $22 and come all the way down to that 1980, that most traded zone right there. That is our downside potential. Meanwhile, our upside potential is immediately $27. Then $30. Then we have a slight resistance at 34. And then after we get above 34, there's really not much in the way till we hit 40 and higher on Mara. So I am still feeling very bullish on Mara. With Bitcoin trading over $90,000, I see this thing going higher. Let's take a look at WULF. All right, WULF is actually up 6% today. It dropped pretty dramatically. It was down like a lot in after hours. Let me take a look here. 30-minute chart. Yeah, in after hours, you can see that immediate drop right there. Boom, we came as low as $7.50. And guess what? Bump in the road. Just like I said, bump in the road. With Bitcoin trading so high, these things cannot fall. They just can't until we see Bitcoin start to waver. So if we get a Bitcoin wavers, then we drop. For WULF. Now, WULF has considerably further to fall than Mara. Okay, because WULF has been on an uptrend for a while. So it's got a lot further to fall right now than Mara does. So let's take a look. On the upside, we're on WULF. We're about to enter this chop here. So we're going to fight our way up to $11.30. Once we get above $11.30, once we're above that level, then we really have nothing in our way up until we hit the 20s. Okay, so that's pretty exciting for WULF. On the downside, though, so this is the downside. You got to watch WULF real careful here. If WULF goes underneath $8.10, we're going to swiftly find $6.50. Okay, under $8.10, we're going to swiftly find $6.50. Which is going to coincide with this top right here and that top right there, which is this inverted head and shoulders right here. This inverted head and shoulders. It's going to meet the neck, or not the neckline, it's going to meet the completion of that pattern where that completed at about 650 on WULF, if we are to fall. I'm not saying we're going to, but if we lose 8, 810, 812, if we lose that, we're coming back to 650. If we can hold and get through 1130, we're going up to, we're going up into the teens and the 20s. On WULF. So watch that for WULF. HUT is up 18% today. What is going on there? Look at this. Oh, that's a breakout. All right, HUT is breaking out. HUT is currently in resistance, okay? Which means it might want to test the top of this ascending channel here, but it's going beyond it. I bet you we're in way up in the fib cloud right now on HUT. HUT is having its moment. We're above the top fib cloud. I would not touch this thing. This thing is so hot right now. All right, I need a meme. It's up, it touched the Bollinger Band. It's touching it again. It's above the top of the fib band, above it. How far above the top of the fib band? It is up 21% on above the highest fib band on the daily. Where is it on the weekly? Let's take a look at the weekly for this thing. Are we even touching it? Are we close? Man, my internet is slow. Okay, so it could come up as 43. HUT could double again almost. Geez, no, okay, maybe not double. It's at 28 right now. Let's see, what about 2 days? Where's the fib band on 2 days? I bet you we're in it. Come on, load. Why is my internet slow? Oh, we're above it. We're above it. What about on 3 days? Let's see. We're above it at 2. So we're above it on the 1, 2, and 3 day charts, the uppermost fib band. So I'm watching HUT I'm not touching HUT at this rate. I would not touch it. Of course, nothing I say is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. I would not touch this right now. I would wait for a pullback at least to the 5-day moving average, which is at $23.83, and see how it interacts with that. Even the 5-day moving average is above the uppermost fib band. This thing, I mean, now it could keep running. It absolutely could keep running, but that is hot. That is institutions coming in, and they got their foot on the gas a little too hard there today. What's another one that's doing anything of interest today? So Luna's up 6%. I don't really know why, because it's such a little lotto play. But ooh, I like this. Okay, Soluna. All right, here we go. Soluna, next stop. Next stop is 666. How do we know that? Let me turn off this. How do we know that? Inverted head and shoulders. So the inverted head and shoulders is here. Let me draw this line, boom, right there. That's our target right now for this inverted head and shoulders that I am about to draw for you right here. Shoulder, head, shoulder, boom. This comes up to here. That's the completion of the pattern. That's where I'd want to see either a flag, like something like this, and then a breakout, or I'd want to see something like a little one of these going like that, and then come up across it, and then just go woo. And then come in for that $8-9 move on Soluna. But I do like what I'm looking at right now for Soluna. This is my lotto play. This one, I'm not in on this for any fundamental level or reason at all. I am solely playing this one because it is less than $20 million. It's got very few shares, and if one big institution or one hedge fund bro decides that this is the toy that they want to play with for a week or two, it's going to moon. That's why I'm in this one. This one is not fundamental by any means. This is not a clean spark. This is not a Mara. This is not an IREN or even a Riot. This is lotto money. This is zero or hero sort of play right here on Soluna. So I'm not like highly convicted in it. If it betrays me, I'll let it go pretty quick or watch it go to zero, one of the two. But I like what I'm seeing right now on this. This is showing me the preliminary moves of something like a HUT, where we see that inverted head and shoulders. Every Bitcoin miner is doing an inverted head and shoulders. Let's go look at CleanSpark inverted head and shoulders. Bit Digital, kind of. This one's doing like more of a stair-steppy thing. Bit Digital is its own animal. Bit Farms, inverted head and shoulders. Mara, we had an inverted head and shoulders. Riot, we had an inverted head and shoulders. IREN, we had an inverted head and shoulders. Corzi, we had a rising wedge that broke out for no reason. I don't really know what's going on with that one. That one's a friggin' animal. WULF, inverted head and shoulders. We already showed you HUT. Cypher, inverted head and shoulders. It's what's going on with basically all of them right now. And guess what? Soluna's at the bottom of that inverted head and shoulders move. I am looking for this to break out. It is at the neckline right now, and I'm looking for it to break out of this thing. Let me draw that neckline real quick. Right there. That's the neckline. We're currently above it. As long as we stay above this, we're going to 660. As long as we stay above this, we're on track for $7. We get above $7 and do like a flag or like we make a double bottom like at the top that doesn't break down. Then we're looking at $8.80, $9 on Soluna here in like the next 2-3 weeks maybe. We'll see. MicroStrategy up 6% today. I should be selling a put on MSTX right now. $91,000. We're going to hit $100,000 this week if we keep this momentum up. $100,000 is within grasp this week. Can you imagine what's going to happen to our Bitcoin miners when this thing hits $100,000? Beautiful. It's going to be so good. Solana is up 2%. Doge up 11%. So let me show you Doge here. This destroyed my greatest expectations for this move on Doge. All right, I got out at 27 cents. All right, I got out at 27 cents. How much did I leave on the table here? 27, about right there. I left about 64% on the table. I could have made a lot more money. That's okay. So right now, what are we looking for on Doge? Okay, so 35 cents. We're looking for it to come back to 35 cents. That's where Doge is going to come back to test some point soon. Sometime soon, it's going to come back to test 35 cents. It already did once, so it might not do it again. Doge might come back to 35. If it comes back to 35, I expect that to be met by bull demand. It might dip down to 33, 32, 33, maybe. And that is where I expect bull demand to come through for Doge here. Now, if that does not happen until, say, February or something, then we're in trouble. Then, like, if this happens in the next 2 weeks, I would be jumping on it. If it happens 3 months from now, I'd be looking at that as the breakdown. So keep that in mind. We're in the time of FOMO right now. Do not catch the train too late. If you get too late onto the train, then you are on the decline. We don't want to be on the decline, all right? So we're looking for something like this right now. This is what we're looking for. Let me show you what we want to see. We want to see this. We want to see one of these bad boys. Where is my drawing tool? Why is it not there? Oh, well. We want to see one of these. Or one of these. That's what we're looking for right now in Doge. We see that, followed by a green candle with another green candle that opens right at the top of that previous green candle. It's go time again. The other thing I wanted to talk about today is that the CleanSpark warrants are still on hold. I am waiting for these things to get off of hold. I'm going to buy a lot of these things. I'm going to buy a lot of these. CleanSpark is already almost up to the level it needs to be for CleanSpark, the company, to make the warrants redeemable. Now, it would need to stay there for at least 20 out of 30 days before they would be allowed to do it. But the longer it remains above $18, the more valuable those warrants will become. I want some of these. I'm really surprised that they're still on halt, but I will be buying them the moment they become available. I'm going to buy a lot of these things. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. This is just what I'm thinking about doing. Let's see. Is there anything else I really want to talk about right now? Tesla was a huge winner off of this election. If you've been following Tesla, yeah, it did this little arm here, and then election day, boom, we took off. Now, right now, we're actually looking at our pullback here. So this is what I want to see out of Tesla. We're going to talk about Tesla, and then we're going to talk about Disney a little bit. I want to see Tesla come back to about 270. Let me get rid of this line right here. 270 is my line. Let me get rid of this line down here. None of these matter anymore. All right. So I want to see 270. I want to see it come back to at least, let's see, the tippy top of this right here. I want to see it come there. That's where I'm looking to buy again on Tesla, to go heavy for the big run up on Tesla. Now, is it going to get there soon? Probably not. I might not see this till February. I might not see this till March. This might be a long wait. Could be a quick move, but it might also be a long wait. In the meantime, what are our levels? Let's see here. Come on. I'll draw a fib on here. So I'm going to go from the bottom of this move right here, because this was the pre-election bottom. And we're going to go right here. So in the meantime, yeah, 270 would be my move. I would need to see 270. I would accept 285. I would accept 285. But right now we're outside of the fib bands. We touched the Bollinger Band. This thing needs to pull back. We need to see it hit the 5-day moving average, which is currently at 322.10. We got to see it interact with the 5-day moving average at 322.10. If it holds the 5-day moving average, it's going to keep defying gravity. If it does not hold the 5-day moving average, it's going to come down to the 21. The 21 right now is at 278, but it might catch it at 284. Okay? If we get a particularly bad dip, 270 is going to hit. And from there, I'd be looking for bull demand on Tesla. All right, the other one I want to talk about, if you've been with us for a while, you know I talk about Disney every once in a while here when it is looking good. Remember when it was in like the high 80s and I said it's going to hit 100? Well, guess where it's at right now? Hit 100. Beautiful. Hit my green target here with perfection. Now, I did this trade twice. I came in here at 94, played it up to 97, let it go. I got in again around 93, 94, played it up to 97, let it go. I could have easily held on to that and gone all the way up to 100, but that's okay. You can see my lines here. It came down to my stop loss pretty much twice. Didn't stay there, and then went right back up to 97 where I let it go. I could have gotten in on this and seen that come in and went up to 100, but yeah, it hit our target with perfection. Now it's flagging. I would like to see Disney come back to about 98. and then come back up into this chop here and test 100, between 100 and 105 again. So right now it's a bit frothy. Right now we're just on a waiting game. We're on the waiting game. For a lot of these things, we're just kind of waiting and seeing. ARM was another one I wanted to talk about. ARM is in a very interesting area right now. We're hitting here at this bottom. We've come to the bottom. This is the bottom right now. ARM is at the bottom of its chop zone that it has been in since September. Okay, so we've been in this chop zone for months between 136 and 155, all peaking at 165. Okay, we're at the bottom of that now. So we want to see what this interaction is going to be. We get a green candle here that comes up to 139.81, and then we get another green candle that opens above 139.81. Right, 130. Did I say 139.81? Yeah. We get another green candle that opens above that. ARM is on, and ARM is going to go all the way back up to 155, not 3, 155, potentially even 164. I'm watching this closely. I've made some money on this already. I'm going to make more money on this. This move right here, this arm. All right, let me. This arm, this leg on this arm, this one right here. This. When it breaks this yellow line, right here, and you gotta be cautious. You gotta watch it. You gotta be patient. Patience pays here. When that leg of the move breaks to the upside, when that happens, and it conquers this yellow line right here, we are going back to 188. Okay. First we gotta conquer 165. That's gonna be the first struggle. Once we're above 165, 188 is in sight and brand new all-time highs on ARM. Watch this here. All right, especially if they win that lawsuit with Qualcomm. All right, Qualcomm's down a little bit, AMD's down a little bit. What else is going on? ACMR. Haven't talked about ACMR in a little while. Okay, it was in this wicked downtrend for a while. We broke up, came right back down. Now it is kind of coiling down here, right? It's coiling down here a little bit. I actually like this. Look, see, so you can see the average force right here is getting smaller to the upside. All right, this right here, this momentum, as soon as this fast one turns yellow and as soon as this slow one turns green, since it hasn't gotten oversold yet and it's been flattening out, as soon as that slow one turns green, I'm looking at ACMR to come back up to 22, potentially even 26. That's what I'm looking at there. Vertiv just has not stopped. This is the liquid cooling one that I've talked about several times. I've been talking about it since it was in the 70s. It is currently at 127. This thing became a rocket and won't stop. I am looking for Vert to come back to about 115. At 115, I'd be looking to recommit to the upside on Vertiv, VRT. Let's see where the lines are. Yeah, I would be looking for it. Yeah, right there. The 21 would catch this at about 115, and I'd watch it ride the 21 all the way up to maybe 140, maybe even 150. This thing is unstoppable because it is required for the new NVIDIA chips. Blackwell chips require immersion cooling. This is one of the very few publicly traded companies that do immersion cooling. Even if they're not getting all the contracts, they're getting all the Wall Street attention because they're like one of 4 that actually do immersion cooling, and the immersion cooling is kind of their main thing. They're the only one where it's like their main thing in their publicly traded company. So watch Vertiv for a move down to that 21 exponential moving average, which is currently at 1555. It might be a little higher by the time it gets there, and look for a bounce there. That's what we're watching on that one. Were there any others I wanted to talk about? Anything else I wanted to point out that was really cool? Palantir is up another 3% today. It was up as high as 5%. Went up to $63. Palantir is an unstoppable juggernaut. This thing cannot be contained. All right. Now that I'm done talking it up a bit, where do we see it going? Right now, it's really frothy. I would not buy this right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I would not buy this right now. I own hundreds of shares of this thing. I bought them all at 23. I'm sitting very, very pretty on these right now. Right now, I would say, if you ask me, have I missed the boat on Palantir? I would say you missed the shove off. You missed the shove off. If you're looking at it now, you haven't missed the boat, but you missed the shove off. You're going to be paying a higher price for this thing from now on, but I would wait for it to come back to Earth a little bit right now. It's up in the stratosphere. It needs to come back down a little bit, get a little closer to Earth, reduce that altitude a little bit. I would like to see it come back to at least the top of the ATR band. The top of the ATR band is at 55. So we're talking about a $7 drop just to touch the top of the ATR band. It left these things so far behind. The 21 EMA is in the maroon part of the fib bands there at 49.88. Okay, that doesn't mean that it can't go higher. It means that right now the risk is elevated if you're looking for an upside move. That's all. That's all it means. It just means that risk is elevated. If you're comfortable with that risk, go ahead and take that risk. If you're not comfortable with the risk, and it is very elevated right now, then I would stay away from it and wait. Personally, I'm waiting. I haven't bought any more shares yet. I closed out some covered calls on it that I had because the thing just went bonkers. I was selling them at like 48. It jumped to 60. I took a loss on those. Right now, I am waiting for Palantir to lose the 5-day EMA to signal to me that it's going to come to the 21. Then I will probably recommit to those covered calls again on Palantir. But I did take like a $500 loss on Palantir trying to do a covered call on it, and it just wouldn't stop. It just kept going up, just wouldn't stop. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description as well as the channel bio. Do not sleep on the sticker shop. That link is also in the description as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.